Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to you all. Hopefully your weeks are wrapping up nicely, or if you're watching at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. We get to jump back on board with a group that I have not checked in with in over a year, I believe, because LUN8 are back with brand new music. This is from a couple of days ago now. Real life scheduling and stuff like that's made me get around to this a little bit later than I would have ideally liked to, but we're jumping back with them nonetheless, and I'm very excited to jump on board. And I do feel a little bit bad about LUN8. This isn't about anything about the group or anything. This is entirely self-inflicted, but when I was making my boy group like debut of the year lists last year, I completely forgot that LUN8 were a 2023 group. I thought they were a 2022 group when I was making the list, and because of it, their debut track, what was it called? Hold on, I have Spotify pulled up on the side. Wild Heart. I remember checking it out when it debuted, because this was back when I was still covering debuts very closely, and I remember enjoying it. But you know, six, 7, 8 months, however many months later, Christmas time was, I completely forgot about them, and so they never made it on the list. They would have made it on the list had my brain remembered they were a 2023 group. So for that, I can only apologize. This is very much well after the fact of making that, but either way, I apologize. Hopefully we don't come across that again, but to make up for it, I really need to lock in with LUN8, because I've missed a lot of releases from them in between, well, me moving countries and getting settled in and stuff, so we may have to catch up on LUN8 at some point in the near future, but we have brand new music to check out. We're going to check out the MV title track, Whip. Yes, I'm going to pronounce Whip. I won't make that joke too often, but I don't know what their sound is like anymore, really, because I've missed out on a good chunk of their discography now, and I don't know how much their sound has evolved from their debut, so I'm in it to learn some stuff and hopefully get some good music out of it, so let's get it started one time. Here we go! Right, TO. Even though we did do like a K-Profiles deep dive, or not a deep dive, but like a skim through their K-Profiles on their debut day, I'm not familiar with this group at all. The only thing I know is they're under Fantasio. That's it. I don't know how many members they have. I'm gonna guess they have 8 because they have 8 in the name, and whenever there's a number in the group's name somewhere, it usually signifies member counts. That's just a guess, though. Really, I'm in the dark with this group, so let's get started. And if you want to fill me in with some supplemental information about them, go ahead. I'll take any and all the help I can get. It sounds pretty fast-paced from what it can pick up now. It's a very quirky and bouncy song, though, so far. Nice quick rhythm, but not the busiest thing in the world. Get a little mellow with it. Still retaining that kick in the background, though. Good release. It's got that fun bounce to it. It's not an overwhelmingly bright song, but it's very fun, isn't it? Whip it up, whip it up. Yeah, hell yeah, I can definitely get behind this. Oh yeah. Is this for MV, or is this are we gonna get a genre switch here? Nope, just for the MV. Okay. It's actually a very smartly put together song in my opinion, because it's it's got a whole lot of bounce and energy to it, even though it doesn't come across as such. Like, it doesn't have a really loud 808 section. It's got a decent bass going, but it's not like the most complicated song formula. But it sounds really fun to listen to. We'll cut all the bass away for the bridge, okay. And this hook, very nice to listen to. Hell yeah. Nice. It's very fun. Okay, yeah, I'm so here for it. What was it? It's, I had a thought when I was listening, like, in the middle of it that I can't really remember now, but... Oh, hold on, let me try and get that thought back. Oh, that's right. This, for me, feels very nighttime vibe. Like, this is like, if you've been with me for an OSC Saturday before, you've probably heard me mention the late night aesthetic when it comes to music. This is like a high energy version of that late night aesthetic. It's, in terms of that volume and energy curve, it's fairly flat for the most part. It's got a really nice groove to it, but ultimately it's got a really just perpetual bounce to it that takes it away from it being a true like late night vibe song, but still gives off that same sensation. Let me explain, if I can explain using words. So we're about, I'd say, halfway through the first verse right now, and I think this entire song is very, it's got a lot of hidden cards up its sleeve, so to speak. Like, this section of the verse here, it's instrumentally doesn't have a lot of moving parts, but the prominence is in that bounce, right? And that bounce is pretty quick. Because of it, it feels very high energy, but because the vocal part is pretty mellow, because there aren't that many instruments going on with it, it doesn't feel very high energy. You feel the bounce, but it doesn't, it's not a type of bounce that, you know, bounces off the walls. It's kind of like, instead of, you know, bouncing a ball on like hardwood or concrete, you're bouncing it on like a sponge or on sand. It doesn't rebound back. So every single bounce is there, but it deadens that upward effect, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm waffling at this point, but it's the type of beat where it doesn't make you want to go like up and down, but kind of just like nod along to it, because the bounce is good. That beat is good. That beat is very prominent, but it doesn't possess a whole lot of energy behind it. It carries a good speed behind it, but it's not the type of beat for me that makes me want to like go up in the air. I don't know how to explain that any better than that, so we're just gonna leave it. Because now that we're in this pre-chorus, that formula is switched now, right? The smooth vocal line is still there, but with the lack of that quick, prominent kick beat, we've added more in the middle range in terms of the instrumentals. So that heaviness and the punchiness of the bass is gone, but that prettiness of the various instruments is here now. And it's the fact that this song constantly kind of switches back and forth between what it prioritizes in the mix is really cool to me. Because now the kick is back a little bit. And again, now that we're in this chorus, that prominent beat is back. We still get the instrumental section there, but since they're only playing like the broad major chords on the first beat of every measure, they don't have that big prominence to offset the presence of that kick now. They're kind of providing more of an ambiance around the song rather than providing a big presence in the instrumental section. And because of it, it's that kick that's delivering the energy now. And it's that constant fluctuation of what is bringing the power in the song and that constant evolution as you're listening through it that makes it really interesting, but also keeps it from becoming a really just up and down bouncy song for me. Cool. Cool. I love clever stuff like this. Even if I can't really articulate what I'm trying to say very well, it's a very good time. It's very cleverly written too, which makes my music brain tick in a very, very good way indeed. That's nice. And I'm pretty sure, how many releases have I missed since then? Superpower? When was that? March. I believe My Tune, is this a Japanese release? I think this is a Japanese release. So I've missed one era from them. I guess technically 1.5, because Pastel is possibly a pre-release? I'm just going through their Spotify seeing what they have. But it looks like Pastel is part of that Buff album, so if we treat that as the pre-release, it looks like that Buff era is the one that I've entirely missed. If I should go back to that, do let me know. Or if you just want to fill me in on some like the details that happened throughout that era, do let me know. I'll take any and all information that I can get about them, considering I know of them by name, but I don't know of them really past that, so. Cool stuff, good stuff. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends or family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.